retail industry is going through unprecedented change as we speak. Technology can be a great way to navigate these changes, and today I'm going to talk about the 5 technologies that you should be thinking about for your retail organization. My name is Eric Kimberling. I'm the CEO of Third Stage Consulting. We're an independent consulting firm that helps clients through their digital transformation journeys. And even before the pandemic of the 2020s, retail was going through massive change. Amazon, Alibaba, other e-commerce providers were completely disrupting the industry. Consumer buying behaviors have been changing for years now. And the pandemic of 2020 has really fueled those changes and accelerated the changes. Along with the change, you've also seen some traditional brick-and-mortar type retail organizations like JCPenney and J.Crew, for example, that have filed for bankruptcy. Others are struggling as we speak and really trying to figure out how they can navigate this new future that we're in. But in many ways, the pandemic has created a level playing field. It's equalized retailers. The pandemic and the shutdowns that came along with that was a stark reminder that consumer behavior can change very quickly. A lot of our clients, for example, are finding that consumers are much more willing now to switch to lesser known brand names, and the same can be said for retail as well. With the right technology, you can navigate this more successfully and actually grow and thrive in today's day and age. And I want to talk about the 5 technologies you should be thinking about here today. As more consumers shift their behavior to online purchases, and in many cases a hybrid of online and bricks and mortar, it's more important than ever to have a strong e-commerce capability. And one thing that the pandemic of the 2020s taught us is that retailers that didn't have a strong and robust e-commerce presence weren't well prepared. As customers couldn't go to their stores, many of them lacked ways to sell to their customers effectively, and many of them struggled and scrambled to find a way to create an e-commerce presence. So if you haven't already done this, or if your e-commerce presence is still needing some work, now's a great time to look at what type of technology out there, e-commerce technology in particular, could help you through that transition. Now there's a couple different types of subcategories within e-commerce. You have e-commerce focused technologies like Magento and Shopify, other leading well-known providers that will provide e-commerce capabilities. It'll allow you to keep an inventory of what products you have in stock and product descriptions and things of that nature. And of course, provides you the ability to sell via website or mobile app. But then there's also ERP systems, which are enterprise resource planning systems. Those are broader based systems that include e-commerce, but they also capture financials and inventory management, warehouse management, some other functionality that you may or may not need as a retailer. But whichever path you go, it's important to really look at how can we leverage some of the leading e-commerce technology out there to allow us to enable an omnichannel customer experience for the people that we're selling to. So in other words, it should be very seamless. Customer comes into the store, they see the same inventory and have the same experience as if they were shopping online. Or they may come into your store, check things out in the store in person, but then decide to buy online, or vice versa. So we want to make sure we have that omnichannel experience and a common customer experience which e-commerce providers can provide. In addition to e-commerce, it's also important to have strong marketing automation software. Now the reason for this is because more than ever customers are looking to build relationships and they're looking to buy from people that they trust. In order to build that trust, it can be hard to do if people aren't coming to your store regularly, or if you're a new store, or if social distancing guidelines keep people away from your stores. Whatever the case may be, it's very important to build a strong relationship with customers even outside the store. So when they're not in one of your outlets, they're still hearing from you, you're still communicating with them. And marketing automation can be a great way to keep in contact with customers when they're not with you in the store. And rather than using marketing automation to just sell to your customers or to try to get them to come into your store, it's a great opportunity to build more of a conversation and a relationship with your customers. So sharing thought leadership or tips around whatever it is you're selling, whatever product you're providing, it's important to have those dialogues and the value add that you're providing via your marketing automation software, which ultimately can be used to track what people are doing, what people are interested in, what they're reading, what they're not reading, how they're engaging with your website, how they're reacting to your emails. All that stuff can be tracked with marketing automation. And so it's really important to have good technology that can help you enable that and ultimately drive more sales and fuel more growth and profit for your retail organization. A third type of technology that's extremely important for many retailers is customer relationship management, or CRM software. This is technology that allows you to track individual interactions with your customers and your potential customers. So if you're a retailer that's selling high-ticket items like furniture or autos or whatever the case may be, you're probably not having a huge volume of transactions per customer service associate, but those customer service associates are dealing with less high-ticket opportunities. So you want to make sure for each of those high-ticket opportunities that you have CRM software that can track how often you're touching those potential customers, what types of messages they've received, where they are in the sales and purchasing decision cycle. All those things can be tracked with CRM software. And as a business owner or a manager within a retail organization, it gives you the visibility to see what's happening with your customers, what some of the trends are, how effective you're being in your sales efforts. And CRM system can be a way to automate that and give you that transparency and visibility into what's happening with your sales and customer efforts. Now, if all of the technologies I've talked about so far are of interest to you, and you have other parts of your business that we haven't even talked about yet that are important for you to automate, you may also want to think about enterprise resource planning software, ERP systems, in other words. These are technologies that do a lot of what I just described in the first three scenarios of the three types of technologies, but it's done so in one single software. It pulls together marketing automation, CRM, and e-commerce, and financials, and warehouse management, inventory management, a bunch of other stuff as well, into a single platform. Now, this can be particularly effective for companies that are scaling for growth, that have a number of different locations. For example, we're working with a retailer now that has 50 locations. They've grown quite a bit in recent years, and they're looking for ways to tie this all together and have complete visibility into what's happening at the store operational level, all the way on down to the transactional level, all the way back up to the consolidated financial level. So if that fits the type of organization you are, if you're growing quickly or you're scaling for growth, or you have dozens of locations and you're trying to figure out how to pull all this data together, not just in terms of inventory and sales and store level operations, but consolidating it at the bigger picture level, ERP systems can be a great way to handle that. Now, if you're interested in learning more about what leading ERP systems are out there that might be able to help you in your journey, I've included some links below that provides a technology agnostic and independent review of the top 10 ERP systems in the marketplace. So I encourage you to check out those links below. Now, a fifth important category of software for retailers is business intelligence or analytical software. This is software that basically tracks data, tracks information, transactions, and helps you consolidate and track trends within your business. So for example, a lot of times companies want to understand what's happening with their customer purchasing behavior, what different product category sales might be, how individual store buying patterns or selling patterns are compared to other stores. It's just a way to take data that's happening at the store level and bringing it up to a consolidated corporate view to understand what some of the different trends are throughout the organization. Now, this is different than financial software, which is a different thing. Financial software tracks dollars and cents and consolidates your P&L and your income statement, your balance sheet, all that stuff, which ERP systems can provide, by the way, among other systems. But when I talk about business intelligence or predictive analytics, that's different. That's strictly viewing metrics and reporting in general. Could be partially financial, but generally companies use it more for tracking customer patterns and, like I said, comparisons of trends between different stores, product groupings, different types of customers, et cetera. So think about business intelligence and analytics software as an option that can help you run your business more effectively as well. So I've given you 5 different categories of options here. You may find that one or more of those categories are relevant to your business, but regardless of which ones you feel are most important, it's very important to look at objectively what are my priorities and needs as a business and what technology is best going to help me get there. And it's important you do that in the context of having someone that's agnostic and understands the different retail options out there, like our team at Third Stage, for example. Consulting firms like ours can help you evaluate different systems, help you define what the best fit is for you, help you negotiate the best deal with vendors, and ultimately help you deploy those technologies throughout your retail organization. So I've included some links below that will help you in your journey and help you identify some potential specific vendor options in some of these categories I've talked about. So I encourage you to please check those links out below. I also encourage you to please comment below if you have experience with any of these different types of technologies, specific vendors or categories of technology. Love to hear how your retail organization has adjusted to that. I hope you found this information useful. Hope you have a great day, and we'll chat soon.